Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Tone's Market Analysis for Thursday, August 31st. We have the last day of the month, which is actually a pretty good day to do all kinds of charting. Hold on a second. I just realized my voice is like crazy right now. I'm getting drink. Oh man, it's been a really long week, especially a long couple of days. I totally forgot to do this market analysis yesterday, mostly because I spent the day in Manhattan. I was actually I was at a place doing like a photo shoot. There was one of the magazines here in New York is going to do some kind of a story, and I guess they're going to feature me. I'm not even sure yet, but I'll keep you guys posted. So I spent like an hour taking pictures. That was a interesting new experience for me. But yeah, so that was cool. So I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday. Been busy all day today, but my interview tonight fell through a little bit due to personal issues, and we've rescheduled that for next Wednesday. So Ascend Trading, we will we'll be doing that interview next time. All right. Anyway, let me just jump right onto it. As you can see, like I haven't even had time to think about updating my website. There's only so much time in a day, so let's just go on. Like control. Why am I not moving here? Wait. There we go. All right, I'll get to that after. Okay, so here we go with the charts. All right. I have not had a chance to look at the fundamentals of the traditional stock market, but here are the technicals of the traditional stock market, and look what's going on. We just had 3 monster days in the stock market, and so some people make fun of this where I say cannot be all-time high, and then people are like, ha ha, this was an all-time high. Well, it's not going to be an all-time high for long, okay? So I don't even know if it's right to extend this. Maybe I could. Maybe I can extend it. But look, guys, we're back in the box. I don't know how many haters there are of the stock market, and I have been saying for years that the stock market is going to go higher and higher and higher and higher. And the only way the stock market is going to top is when these haters give up. Just like the Bitcoin haters. When the Bitcoin haters finally give up and stop forking Bitcoin, Bitcoin can finally reach mass adoption. Until then, we're all fighting each other. And anyway, I don't really care. I mean, I'm happy with the price of Bitcoin today. Yeah, I'm still arguing, when is mass adoption? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So the stock market is back. There's nothing I can say. I've turned off my that numerical indicator on every chart. I want to try to be as unbiased as possible. I want to look at what's going on before I add that indicator in. I don't really see any Fibonacci's I can draw. I don't really see much I can draw here. So we're back above the 50-day moving average. The 50-day moving average is turning to the upside. I would have loved to see a bigger pullback before buying the S&P 500. But hey, we don't always get what we want. So here comes the stock market going back to all-time highs. All right. Nothing more to say. Let's put the indicator up. We are on a 3. So what does that mean? That means if you were trading this indicator, you could have gone long right here as we were breaking the 50-day moving average yesterday, and you're holding on to your long position on the daily S&P. All right, let's move on. Here's the weekly S&P. I think I got these candles pretty well. Didn't come down as low as I wanted it to come down, but now we're going back up. So everything looks pretty good, okay? And again, there's nothing really I can draw. I have the Fibonacci extension. This is where I'm expecting us to go. I can zoom in a little bit. We had a couple of rough weeks. The rough weeks followed a doji. A little hard to trade this doji, mostly because the candle after the doji was another doji that was tighter. And then the next candle, it fell apart. and making a higher high. So this was a very difficult environment to time your short trade. I would not have pulled it off. If you did, good for you. Let's take a look at the indicator. What does it say? We're still in the red, but it's going to be green tomorrow. Not tomorrow, sorry. It'll be green next week. So we're going to flip, and we're going to go back to the upside. We had a 9. Some time to be cautious. We had a 9, 13, 9. But this 13 was coming from back here. We're working on another 13 coming from here. So plenty of reason to be bullish here. And yeah, we might, by the time this week is over, we might get a number 10 below this candle. So we'll see. All right. So again, stock market bullish. I mean, buy the stocks. Not going anywhere. All right, gold. Gold has been like the tone vase nemesis of the year. Like, gold is a mess, guys. It's a mess for me. It's a mess for me as a technical trader. I gave up. I've given up on trying to technically analyze gold. I would not touch it. I would not touch it until I see a buying opportunity. And as bullish as gold looks right now, it's unreasonably overextended. And the bad thing for gold, I'm always going to find a reason to short gold, guys, because I just don't believe in gold in this point in time. I don't believe in gold when the stock market is about to make a brand new all-time high. And I'm expecting the stock market to really, really, really go up. And the stock market in general goes up at the expense of gold. So it's hard for me to be bullish gold as bullish the stock market as I am. So I will only look for shorting opportunities in gold. I'm not really looking for buying opportunities unless it's like a perfect buy. And I haven't seen a perfect buy, because the last time there was a good buy, it was right here as it was breaking above the 200-day moving average. And I even called for a bullish trade in gold. And I threw a caution flag up saying this is where the weekly is calling for resistance. And I called that pretty perfectly. Ever since then, I was looking for a low in gold, and I was looking for a lower low. The lower low didn't show up, and we did go up and made a slightly higher high. But then we went down and made a lower low. And now we're going up and making a higher high. So I'm very confused on gold right now. And what happens if we turn sometime this year and make a lower low, but not low enough for me to call the bottom? Like, I'll call the bottom in gold if it goes down to like 900. But if gold goes back down, and like here is the low. Oh no, that's not the low. That's the low. The low around here somewhere. Like, there was a low here at like 1044. And then there was another low at 1125. So what happens if gold goes down and makes a low in the 1150 area? I'm going to be totally lost again. Like, it's low, but it's not low enough. And this is high, but it's not high enough. So what do I need to be bullish gold? I'll explain. Let me just glance at the indicator on the daily just to see if I'm missing anything. You know, we had a 9, you know, but it didn't turn into a sell. We're going back up. I totally missed this run up. I mean, there was a perfect buy signal right here. I don't remember what I said about this 9 back then. It was a 9 on a reversal candle. Maybe if I wasn't so, biased for the bearishness of gold, I probably should have been screaming buy, buy, buy right here. But I don't remember what I said. If somebody wants to fact check me, go to the videos around this area and see what I said. In hindsight, I should have been screaming buy. I probably wasn't. Who the hell knows? The 8 is a reversal candle. The 9 is showing you bearish signs. Once again, if I had traded this, I would have shorted it. I would have gotten killed. Good thing I didn't do it. Good thing I didn't tell anyone to do it. I'm not touching it. It's overextended for me. So what do I need to go bullish gold? So for that, the daily chart is useless. I'm going to the weekly. Okay. What do I need to change my mind on gold and become a gold bull? This is actually fairly simple. I need this run up to continue and make a double top around 1400. Then I need it to fall back to at least 1300, preferably 1250. I would need gold to go to 1400, then reverse, go back down to somewhere to the 1250, 1300 area. The lower, the better, but not too low. Like, it can't go below 1200, right? Like, it has to go somewhere between 1200 and 1300. And then reverse and start to go up. Like, basically, I'd want it to come down to this yellow line. It goes up, it goes down, it reverses from this yellow line, and then I become a gold bull. Then I would be looking for it to break above 1400 and go back to new all-time highs. Okay? Until then, I just don't trust it. I just don't trust it. Okay? We broke out. It's too late to go long for me. Anybody else can do what they please. Okay? I'm going to zoom in to the indicator and see what it says. Let's see if I'm missing anything else on short term. Look, your 50-day is above the 200-day. That's clean. They're both going to turn back up. Huge break, but this break is coming after a lower low, which worries me. Like, I just don't like it. I don't like it, guys. We're on a 6. We're alpha 13, coming from this 9. I mean, look, if we have 3 more weeks of upside and it hits this line right here at near 1400, and this comes on a 9 candle and reverses back to the yellow, if it bounces off the yellow, I'll be a bull. So I'm not even going to draw any arrows. Like, I'll draw the arrows and I'll be instantly wrong, and it's going to like reverse. Like, I can't call gold right now. I'll wait for something I can time. So, all right, a lot of time on gold. Oil, I've been timing amazingly well. Like, everything that I can do on gold, I've been doing really good on oil. And here we go. I put this red arrow in, and boom, we're going down, and I'm bearish oil, and it's under the 50-day moving average, and let's see what happens. Okay, I remain bearish. This is the weekly chart. Let's zoom in, put the indicator up. We're on a red 2. What did the indicator say? Well, it said to short this week. So as of this week, you can be short, and I'm looking for a 9. I mean, I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but that's the expectation. I'm short as of, about $47 oil. I'm not literally short, but I'm mentally short oil as of 47, and let's see what happens. All right, the euro. Euro is slowly becoming my next nemesis, like gold. Here is the weekly euro. I was looking, I mean, these green arrows were right on the money. We hit the moving average. I had this short trade up that totally failed fairly quickly, but last video I explained why I would never have actually entered the short. So please go back to last video that explains this is an educational series. This isn't follow tone on trading. You'll lose all your money, okay? This is an educational series, right? It teaches you how to think. At least I hope it does. This is a clear reversal candle, but the week is not over yet. I've been waiting for the euro to top out. So let's see. The indicator, let's see what we got. Oh, I didn't actually click on it. All right, so we had the 9, and we had the 1 immediately after, and now we have the reversal candle. This reversal candle is important. I'm going to drop this trade, or I'm going to move it over. I don't know where I'm going to time a short, but I'm definitely going to time a short again. So for now, I'm going to just put it here because I don't want to delete it. I would enter it. Oh, probably enter it somewhere in the 1.2 area. I would have a stop loss above the weekly high. And I mean, I'd have a pretty damn generous entry point. So there you go. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, it's kind of pretty much what I would do. Anyway, let's go to the daily. I mean, there's not much to say, right? Like, I'm bearish the euro. I don't know why it's going up like that. I'm just looking at the technicals. I've been too busy to see if the euro has fixed all of its problems. But considering its problems are greater than the Titanic's problems were at one point, I don't really expect any kind of resolution on the euro. So sooner or later, it is going to zero. Way sooner than the US dollar is going to zero. But anyway, we'll see. Let's go to the daily. Whoa, what a reversal candle. Wow. That's just like a wow. If I was trading the euro, like without my indicator, this is a short right here. The moment this candle, if you're watching the euro on a daily chart, this is the candle you've been waiting for a year. Like, wow. It's a giant run. It's a perfect shooting star slash gravestone doji. I think that's a gravestone doji. I'm not even sure anymore. It's been a long day. It's a doji slash shooting star. My perfect reversal candle. It crossed the huge round number of 1.2. Couldn't hold it. A textbook short puts you on a short trade of the euro right below the low of this candle. That's your line. If it comes back to this, it's just another opportunity to short. So I would take this shot right here. Like short position, I would take it right there. And my stop loss wouldn't even go all the way up there. And my reward going back to the 50-day, that's my trade. I would keep trying to short the euro. I mean, this is a beautiful reversal candle. I'm not even biased with the indicator. Let's see what the indicator says. Oh man, would have been beautiful if this was like a 9 candle or an 8 candle. The count broke. Indicator is useless. So yeah, I would trade the candles. That's a monster reversal daily to me. And if I go back, overall this is I mean, you have a weekly reversal, and inside the weekly reversal is a perfect daily reversal. I mean, I like the short here. If I remember, I'll go to my what do you call it, one broker account and actually execute it. All right, Bitcoin. This is my opportunity to thank you guys for watching my videos, for the support. Thank you for watching me on the World Crypto Network. The Today in Bitcoin show is getting way more views than my own shows, which is great. I'll be moving these shows over to the World Crypto Network. We're going to try and make that more of a channel. Thank you, Richie Rich, for compiling questions for me tonight. Again, thank you to all the consulting clients. I've had a few of them this week. That's great. I'm going to start traveling again end of next week. So if you are looking for a consulting session from me, reach out to me now, because your last day to do a consulting session before I go back on the road is probably this Wednesday. So I'll be trying. I may not do a show this upcoming Wednesday. Maybe I'll do it on Thursday or on Tuesday. But I'll probably do a bunch of consulting on Wednesday, and then I'm gonna head off because when I'm on the road, consulting becomes more difficult. So if I owe you some time, or if you haven't reached out to me yet and you're interested in a private consulting session about markets, about Bitcoin, learning certain trading tools, feel free to reach out. Next Wednesday is probably your best chance. My rate is 0.1 Bitcoin per hour. I have zero need to lower it because I'm getting pretty much the same number of people calling me now as they did 4 months ago when the price of Bitcoin was $1,500. So I have no reason to lower it. All right, guys. And honestly, I wouldn't lower it. Like I'm not looking for more business. I'm really not. No offense, but I'm trying to keep this more for an advanced audience, and an advanced audience would be able to afford a more expensive rate. And everything I do can be found for free online, by the way. There's really nothing that proprietary here, other than the code. But the math in that code is open source, so there's really nothing proprietary here. All right. So we got a lot to talk about when it comes to Bitcoin. Trying to think where to start. Let's see. Where do we start? Where do we begin? All right, here's the weekly chart. If I zoom out, I'm not worried. Some people are worried that it's a bubble. I'm not worried. We're at 4,765 right now. We might be at 5,000 by the time I wake up tomorrow morning. I have no idea. I really don't. I have absolutely no idea. Nobody does. No clue. Nobody at Goldman Sachs does. Nobody does. Okay. Nobody knows. All right. There's nothing I can do other than my indicator, guys. No, it's not even my indicator. There's really nothing I can say to this, right? All I can do is I can't even put a Fibonacci on here. Like I don't even know. I don't even know where to put it. There's really nothing to look at on a weekly chart. All I can do is put on the indicator. Boom. It's a 7. It's a 7 that doesn't even come close to looking like a reversal candle. So what do? We wait. We wait 2 more weeks. I'm waiting for that 9. Now, here is something that it's hard for me to explain to non-professional traders. Okay? It's very difficult. Like, bear with me. Seeing a 9 is not a good thing if you're a long-term holder. This is going to sound weird. Okay? This is why I'm talking kind of slow and I'm also tired. If you're me, I don't trade Bitcoin. I just hold Bitcoin. I earn Bitcoin, and I live like a bum, and I want to hold on to every Satoshi I can for the future. I don't want to see a 9. A 9 is the last thing I want, because a 9 tells me that shit might hit the fan. So I actually don't want to see a 9. I want this count to break and then start another new count. Okay? Here we had a 9 and things got ugly. I don't want to see it. Now, the easiest way to see a 9 is if the 5 candle is a problematic candle. And it was. 5 candle was the fear candle. A flat 5 candle is the best thing for getting a 9. But getting a 9, a trader wants to see a 9. A 9 gives me so much information as a trader. It sets me up for the next 1 to 10 weeks of trading, since this is a weekly chart, seeing a 9. So as a trader, you want to see a 9. As a holder, you don't. Okay? So that's the dilemma. That's the dilemma. We're also working on a 13 count on the bottom, but that's more complicated. Right. So the weekly chart is saying 2 more weeks, you get the 9, and then things get interesting. Let's go to the next time frame. This is the daily. This is the daily Bitstamp, okay? Please go back in history. I called this bottom perfectly, so please check that out. I also called this breakout perfectly. I didn't call this one as perfectly. I called this one perfectly, and I drew this triangle prematurely, very prematurely. I should not have drawn it, but I'm leaving it because, you know, I leave my mistakes on the chart. Again, we are making a new high. The reason I kind of wanted to do this analysis after 8 p.m. because we just got this candle a few minutes ago, okay? Again, we're at an all-time high. I have absolutely nothing. I don't even have moving averages on this thing. They're totally irrelevant. Like, everything on this chart is irrelevant. All I can do is this. Boom. Now, this 9 sets me up really, really nicely, okay? But maybe I should go to the next chart. But anyway, this 9 tells me that the daily top might be in, but just the daily top might be in. But I have not seen a reversal candle. Like, if the 9 candle looked like the 8 candle, I would be way more nervous, but I'm not. I'm not nervous at all. Even though this 9 is telling me that we might be topping, I'm waiting for signs of a top, and I don't see any signs yet, okay? What is helping me stay long on the daily chart? Well, I have an 11 here, so I'm waiting for 2 more days for a potential 13 that's coming from this 9 that sets me up for another potential top. I'm also looking for a reversal candle. What else is keeping me long off of this 9? Well, let's go to the next chart. This is my bird's eye view to make sure we're not too overextended. And even though we're overextended, I would love to see the RSI go make a new all-time high. As I zoom in on this Bitfinex chart, as you can see, Bitfinex was 1 day behind. So even though we had a 9 yesterday, we're making a 9 now, but you can see the 13 is 1 day ahead. So this is why Bitcoin is so difficult to trade, because every exchange is different. This is a 913 on the same day. This is a huge bearish sign for me, right? But let's see, we still have 21 hours to go in this candle. So if this candle comes close to 5 grand and then starts to fall, this would be an indication as a trader to get the hell out and take your profit from the bullish trade and look for a pullback, okay? Now, how big of a pullback am I looking for? I'm looking for a 1 to 4 day pullback and then back to the upside. Why am I looking for only a 1 to 4 day pullback and back to the upside? Well, let's back up. Let's go back to the weekly chart. Oops, sorry guys, I went the wrong way. Let's go back to the weekly chart. What is that? That's the euro. Let's look at the last time the weekly chart had a 7. The last time a weekly chart had a 7 was right here. So this week is identical to our current week, but this week still has 3 more days to go. What happened to this candle? Well, let's go to the daily, right? Oops, sorry, jumping around here. This was the week of 5/22. I talked about this morning, so I know I'm like probably repeating myself. Oops, too far. Let's go to the week of 5/22. Here it is. The week of 5/22 is this week. On Wednesday, we had a 9, just like we had a 9 this week on Thursday. And then the 9 had a 1 to 4 candle correction and then went higher. The reason I wasn't looking at this indicator back then, but I'm treating right now the way I would have treated it back then. I am only expecting a short-term correction and then higher because the weekly is only on a 7. The next time the daily got a 9, it happened the same week as a weekly 9. And therefore, I was much more confident in a much longer bear trend off of that daily 9 than the previous one until it reversed around the 9. So here we go again. Here is a daily 9 that came, on Thursday here and Friday on Bitfinex. But if we get a correction on daily, I'm expecting it to be very short term because the weekly is still saying higher and the weekly trumps the daily. Okay, so hope all that made sense. All right, now let's go to a shorter time frame. I have added the 4-hour chart as a standalone chart. Okay, we broke out of this triangle, and the target for this triangle is 4,900, 4880. So it's very, very possible that we can hit this, over the next 48 hours. Can we break 5,000? Probably not. I bet you there is a lot of people waiting to sell right before 5,000. So if you are looking for 5,000 and you want to take a profit at 5,000, I strongly advise you to take a profit around 4,970. Don't wait for that 5,000 round number. As a trader, that's dumb. You want to get out before the round numbers come. Okay? If you're breaking the round numbers with some volume, you can always go back in and try a scalp from 5,000 to 5,100 or something. All right. So let's go back to the indicator. So we had a 9 right here, and boom, perfect. We had a 1 to 4 candle correction. And if you check this 9 came around a 7 or an 8 on a daily chart. Therefore, this 9, remember, this is still a Bitstamp chart. So same thing, it's like a fractal. If you don't know where a fractal is, please Google it. This 9 was, I would not have expected this 9 to lead to a long-term correction. And you can check my Twitter as I explained it, because the daily chart was only on a 7. If the daily chart was also on a 9 and the 4-hour chart was on a 9, I would have expected a bigger correction because it's coming from 2 time frames. But this was coming from a lower time frame, and this worked out perfect. All right. Now we're on a 7 again. If we hit a 9 on a 4-hour over the next 2 candles, this 4-hour would be timed with the daily 9, and I would take this 4-hour, the next 4-hour 9, way more seriously than the previous 4-hour 9, because this one didn't coincide with a 9 on the daily, but the next one will. Hope that made sense to you guys. I know I'm getting very advanced here, but this is a channel for advanced traders. All right. Next time frame, the hourly time frame, I really don't care about. We had this triangle, it's the same target, 48.75. If you are holding into it, this is where I would consider taking some profit. Again, we had a 9, and boom, the next candle dropped. And now you want to see a 9 on the hourly that is perfectly timed with the 4-hour 9, that is perfectly timed with the daily 9, but they're still 2 weeks early than a weekly 9. You want all of these to line up, right? Now I'm going to go all the way back to the weekly, and I'm going to say, okay, so we have 2 more weeks for a weekly 9, which I personally don't want to see, because that may lead to a multi-week correction. Either a 4-week correction, 1 to 4 week correction, then higher, or a brand new 9 count to the downside, which could get ugly. Okay. Now, if we get to 10,000 soon, then a 9-week correction could only take us back to 5,000, and then I'll still be happy. A lot of people will be pissed, but I'll still be happy. Okay. What else was I going to say? Okay. So all of these 4-hour and 1-hour and 4-hour and daily 9s don't really matter until they happen 2 weeks from now. But if I zoom out to the monthly chart, a new month started 1 hour ago, and this was a 6. And this goes back to my earlier statement. You don't want to see a 9 as a long-term holder. I mean, this 9 was followed by, but this 9 was tricky, right? I mean, look at this setup here. I mean, this 9 was probably like $1 or $2 from not happening. So it depends what exchange you're looking at. But then it still led to like, a 2-month correction, 1 month late, but it happened. The next time we got a 9, we had a full month correction. And unfortunately, this 5 was a flat candle. If this 5 looked like the 6, it would be way more difficult to get a 9. But the 5 was flat. So a 9 on a monthly is coming. The only way we are not going to get a 9 on a monthly is if November closes below 2,800, and I do not see that happening. So when a 9 closes on a monthly chart, I'm going to be very nervous. And if that same month we get a 9 on a weekly towards the end of November, and we get a 9 on a daily towards the end of November, this could set up for a correction from a technical perspective, right? This is all magic here, right? So monthly, we have 3 more months of upside before that 9, the dreaded 9 that I'm not going to want to see. People have also asked me to zoom out one more time. Here is the yearly chart. I can't really do much else with it. Now, the year starts in 2011 for Bitstamp. For Mt. Gox, the year would have started in 2010. Okay? So if this was Mt. Gox, you shift these numbers over. And if you start Bitcoin in 2009, you shift these numbers over some more. So really, this is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, this is a 4, and this is a 5. Now, the 5 candle is pretty big this time, okay? So yearly speaking, we may have, 4 more years of upside before the 9 comes on a yearly chart, okay? I am in love with this indicator because it's been doing so well for me over the last month and a half or 2. So making new highs, guys, beautiful. All right, I don't know what else I can say about Bitcoin. I know Rich already has questions for me. Here's BTrash. Now, the daily 9 on Bitcoin is calling for a reversal. The daily 9 on BTrash is the opposite. And let's see what happens. Oh, if Bitcoin corrects a little bit, this garbage can go up a little bit. And that's all I'm going to say. I don't care anymore. All right. What is this? Monero. I guess I have Monero before Litecoin, so let's look at Monero. I talked about this triangle last video. Please go back to last video. The target from this triangle has not yet been met. I only look at altcoins in relation to Bitcoin. I don't care what the dollar price of Monero is. I only care if I'll get to Litecoin, guys. I only care if Monero is beating the Bitcoin investment. And over the last couple of weeks, it was. I'll throw the indicator up. We just had a price flip. According to the indicator, Monero is a buy right here, but I wouldn't buy it right here. Like, this was, anyway, I talked a lot about this last video. Please go back to last video. I have nothing more to add. This is a weekly chart of Monero. Honestly, if you are bullish Monero, what you want to see, what you want is this. If you are bullish Monero, if you're holding Monero, this is what you want to see. Okay? That's what you want. Is it going to happen? I have absolutely no idea. Okay, but that's what you want to see as a Monero bull. Okay? It sets it up nicely. If we go back to here and we start to reverse, I'll be calling for bullish Monero. I'm objective about these things. I may hate them. I don't hate Monero. I hate Ethereum. I can still be objective about Ethereum trading when someone's paying me to be objective. All right. Here's Monero daily. Again, the moving average cross is good. we're at new all-time highs versus Bitcoin, I believe. And there's nothing else I can do other than put the numerical indicator up. And wow, what a perfect 9 buy right here. Set you up. And then a 9 sell right here gave you a nice take profit caution flag. Like, some professional traders will never trade this mess. They'll wait to see a 9 and then they trade it. And they would have had a field day with this indicator if you know what you're doing with it. And now, there was a price flip on Monero, but there was no short play. You needed this 2 to be lower than the 1, and it wasn't. And now you need the 3 to be lower than a 2, and it's not. So Monero is in a cash position daily versus Bitcoin. You shouldn't be bullish. You shouldn't be bearish. You should be waiting. What is this? Monero versus the dollar. Again, I don't really care about Monero versus the dollar, but as a technical guy, again, this is what you want to see with Monero versus the dollar, like at least to the 50-day moving average. Like, you really want to see it crash. It might have gone a little too far up, so this you can, and then like again, this is what you want to see. I mean, it's not going to be exactly like that. It'll be something like this. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm saying if you want long-term stability of Monero, this is what you want to see from its chart. Like, I'm tired and I'm speaking slow, and I don't care how long this video lasts. Yeah, I don't want to draw any more arrows. I'm like just tired. Like, this is what you want to see if you're a long-term holder of Monero. It should be around 150, 140, 150. Nice round number. There. All right, that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see as a Monero guy. Can I do that? Yeah, 150. 150. All right, there you go. All right, that's what you want to see as a Monero guy. Let's save this chart. All right, next. What is this? It's Litecoin against what? This is Litecoin daily. That was Monero before, right? That wasn't Litecoin, right? Yeah, that was Monero. Oh, did I go too far? All right. This is Litecoin daily versus Bitcoin. And I was calling for this red arrow if we would have fallen below this line, and clearly we did not, right? So now what? I'm not all that bullish on Litecoin, guys. I mean, Bitcoin solved the scaling problem, and it's kind of over. So can Litecoin stay between these two parallel channels for a while? Maybe. Can it bust out? Maybe. It's in the middle of nowhere. Like, I wouldn't be buying it right now. I'd rather wait for Monero to like pull back and then buy that. I'm not going to do it, but you guys could. The numerical indicator is almost useless. You get a 9, you time your short. I don't see anything here worth writing home about. All right, where am I here? Okay, let's go forward. Litecoin weekly. You had a nice reversal candle. Didn't make it to the moving average. Price just flipped. Again, cash position. There's nothing in Litecoin, right? When you're looking at it versus Bitcoin, there was a nice 9 sell. And there's nothing really here right now. It's a price flip. You're in cash. Here's Litecoin versus the dollar. Not sure exactly why people care. I mean, it's an opportunity cost if you're a crypto trader versus Bitcoin. Versus the dollar. I don't know. You make your best fit line somewhere in the between these two. Maybe a pullback. Let's have them in backwards color. I mean, maybe a pullback, some consolidation that can potentially set you up for a run. But who cares if it's an all-time high in dollars? Like, is it an all-time high against Bitcoin? And the answer is no. So Litecoin is not a good investment right now. I don't know what else I can say. I'll put the indicator up. It's not even on this chart. Like, I don't even like. I mean, I'll put the indicator up just to see where if this happened to be a 9. I doubt it, but like, it wasn't. I mean, a 9 came a few days earlier, right there. You know, price flip, cash. Well, like everything on Litecoin is telling me to be in cash, not to be in a position. So I got nothing for you guys. Next. Oh, we're done. Okay, excellent. Let me. I'm gonna do it the mouse way. All right. Let me close these things. They're cluttering my screen. Oh, should I even save it? I really should zoom out. All right. Save. Close. It's gonna be a tedious process here. Oh, man. I have to do this every time I make these videos too. Like this isn't easy, guys. You know what? I'm just gonna save it. I'm gonna do the hard work when I set these up in the beginning, right? Save, close. So the indicator is on all these charts, right? I mean, feel free to watch my videos, jot down the URL, and you can look at these things anytime you like. Save, close, save, close, close, close. Oh, I'm not gonna save this. I need to go back to the weekly. Oh God, I need to come up with like its own charts for like the monthly and stuff. All right, here's the weekly. Wow, yep, all-time high. Save. Actually, I'm not gonna close that. Bitcoin. I'll close the Litecoin stuff. I don't care. Yeah, it's the part of the video where people get bored and waiting for the Q&A. I'm gonna rant a little bit right now. Not really rant. I'm actually happy. I'm tired, so I don't sound or act happy. I am happy. I'll tell you why I'm happy in a minute. All right. Oh, did I close BTrash too? Beautiful. Excellent. All right. I'm happy about a lot of things right now. Where do we start? Let's start with the spam on BTrash. So here is the Bitcoin mempool. It's unreasonably empty, like unreasonably empty. I have never seen 600 transaction backlog on Bitcoin. This is unbelievable. You can send your Bitcoin right now probably for free. Probably for free. Here's what I suspect is happening. Okay? Here's what I suspect is happening. How do I not curse? Like, how do I not curse? All of these bad actors that have been trying to screw Bitcoin, trying to fork Bitcoin, trying to take over Bitcoin, have been spamming Bitcoin for their agenda for years. Years they've been spamming it and bitching about Bitcoin can't handle all of this usage. It can't handle it. There's too many transactions. Can't deal with it and all this garbage. They were spamming it. They finally got their own shitcoin right here. Their own personal shitcoin. that also nobody uses. In fact, no one really uses Bitcoin now. No one uses BTrash 100 times. Like, I think nobody uses Bitcoin. So you can only imagine what I think about BTrash. Okay? It's expensive for them to spam both of them at the same time. So they have to stop spamming Bitcoin and they have to start spamming BTrash. So they were spamming Bitcoin to prove that there are too many people using Bitcoin and it can't handle it. So we need bigger blocks. Now that they have bigger blocks nobody uses, they have to spam BTrash to show that all of these people are using BTrash. Okay? This is all spam. This is all complete spam. Okay? And at the moment, they are tired of spamming BTrash, and they happen to be tired of spamming Bitcoin. All right? Also, look how quickly Bitcoin mining is happening right now, because all of these people are probably leaving BTrash because it's just not profitable to mine. And their blocks are slow. It's not that slow. A lot of people are mining. A lot of people are mining. And Bitcoin is going up in value, so it's becoming very, very profitable, and everyone wants to mine Bitcoin. Okay? So I'm happy that they're spamming their own shitcoin, and they're finally leaving Bitcoin alone, and I can move around my Bitcoin. You can send, if you have a wallet that lets you use a custom fee. And by the way, Samurai Wallet does it. I think Green Address does it, and I know Airbits does it because I use Airbits. Airbits lets you do a custom fee. You can set your custom fee to 10 Satoshis per byte. It'll cost you like a penny to send your Bitcoin transactions. All right? Go ahead and do it. Mempool is bone dry. Bone dry. No one waiting in line. I'm happy. It sounds like I'm pissed, but I'm pissed at the past. Boom. Blocks over a megabyte. Beautiful. Let's see who's mining them. Bitfury. Hand clap. BitClub, as much as I'm not a fan. Slush. Huge fan. I'm mining on Slush. That's where my miner is. BTC China. Still not happy you were mining BTrash at one point, and you mine empty blocks sometimes. Actually, I'm not sure if they were mining BTrash, but they do mine empty blocks sometimes. So shame on you. But hey, there you go. F2 Pool, they occasionally mine bigger blocks. See, I don't fault them for this because the blocks probably weren't full to mine a full block. Like, you can't mine a full block right now. There's less than a megabyte in there. I think F2 Pool occasionally mined a larger Vixen. Good job, guys. Antpool, haven't seen a single block greater than 1 megabyte from Antpool, nor Bitcoin.com, nor via BTC. Okay? So, there are your bad actors right there, guys. Start mining SegWit. Increase your block size. SegWit is a block size increase. You can see it right there. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's done. BTrash is done. Done. Get it out of here. Why am I still talking about it? Get it out. Oh, man. There should be more SegWit transactions. Come on, guys. Boom. 30 SegWit transactions in a block. I think I haven't seen more. 43. Boom. 43 SegWit transactions in a block. Let's get that up. Let's get that up to 1,000. All right. All right. What else we got here? Oh, awesome article. I haven't read it yet. It's too long. I don't have the attention span. But an awesome article. Oracle Ambroso says it's an awesome article. It's an awesome article. Please read it. I got to remember to add it to my description. Aaron, you do a great job. Okay. I don't know who's the better journalist, you or Kyle, but you guys are 1-2 in my book. All right. Well, 1 and 1A. You and Kyle Torpy. Please don't ever stop being real Bitcoin journalists. All right. All right. What else did I want to say? Oh, another good article. Whoever sent me this, I'm sorry, I forgot who sent it to me. I'm not into motivational stuff, but whatever this article is, I really, really enjoyed it because this has been my life the last 3 years without even knowing it, okay? So I'll try and add this to my description as well, or Google for it. I really enjoyed it. Have a read. What else am I happy about? This is like Tone. This is like Tone is in a good mood day, even though I'm tired. Let's see. Tweets and replies. Let's take a look. I got a little bit on Twitter today. So all right. So somebody tweeted this out. F2 Pool is the only miner that does not mine BCH when it is not profitable. Look, I'm not happy that anyone mines BCH, but if F2 Pool only mines BCH when BCH is profitable, I can respect that. They're a business. I can respect that. I mean, what else am I going to say? You know, you guys need to sell your BTrash so that it's never profitable, and then our miners will not be jumping ship. All right. Next. So we had another defector. F2 Pool, again, like, I'm kind of praising you, but I'm kind of not praising you too much. You should never sign that garbage document to begin with. So, in the words of Chris Rock, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I'll give you a little praise, but don't make that a habit, okay? Anyone who signed that garbage document is already on my partial shit list, okay? As much as I like BitFury, that wasn't good. I mean, not that it really matters. I mean, who the hell am I? I'm just a guy making YouTube videos. But yeah, you definitely got like a scratch on your record for signing that document. And some of my favorite companies signed that damn thing. Yeah, I'm talking to you too, Sonny Ray of UnoCoin. I really like you guys. You're awesome. One of my favorite companies. Not happy you signed the agreement. BitFury, really like you guys. Not happy you signed the agreement. Okay. First, admit your mistake. Do what Wang Chung did. Get the hell out. Now, I actually think the jump in the price was because of F2 Pool dumping the New York agreement. You have a short window here. Short window. Every time a big company dumps the New York agreement, the price of Bitcoin will rise. It's not going to rise $200 like today, but it will rise. The next few companies that publicly announce, big companies, right? Like if someone's heard of you, it doesn't matter. Coinbase, BitFury, UnoCoin, even though they're not that big. Like, I don't even know who else signed that crazy agreement, right? Like, the bigger the company that dumps the New York agreement, the higher the price of Bitcoin will go. People always say Tonebase has an agenda. Tonebase does have an agenda. Tonebase has every penny of his future in Bitcoin. My agenda is for the price of Bitcoin to go up. It's also for the price of Bitcoin to go up as safely as possible so it doesn't crash. Therefore, I will continue to provide my expertise into what will help Bitcoin go up in a safe fashion. And the first step right now is to dump and admit you're not going to go through with the 2x hard fork. Okay? So here we go. So that was my insider trading tip. If you're Coinbase, feel free to buy as much Bitcoin as you can get your hands on, and then publicly announce you're not going through with the 2x agreement. You will make a lot of money. You might even make enough money to cover your lawsuit from not giving people their BTrash. Think about it. I've given you advice before. You have never taken my advice. Instead, you just block me on Twitter. If you have taken my advice, you probably could have saved or made millions of dollars by now. Think about it. All right, next. The Ethereum blockchain is out of control size-wise. the technology, the advancements in storage technology will not keep up with the exponential expansion of the size of the Ethereum blockchain. If you're still using that garbage, you may want to think about it. Another thing I'm very happy about. All right, let's stick with, let me see here. Let's stick with the Ethereum garbage for 200, Alex. So apparently, Vitalik Buterin is signing some kind of a contract to build a more centralized version of Ethereum, as hard as that is to believe, for Russia. Now, I really liked Tuur Demeester, I hope I pronounced that right, statement. Vitalik may not realize what he's getting himself into. And I commented specifically to the second part of Tuur's statement, is that how exactly is that different from Vitalik's first and current project, where I don't think he knew what the hell he was getting into when he started Ethereum, and 7 of the 8 co-founders alongside him quit the moment the money rolled in, okay? Some of them got kicked out, some of them quit before the money rolled in, but I'm generalizing. Sorry, Charles, or anyone else that got booted. All right, sticking with Ethereum for 300. Back to Tuur Demeester. Let's see. Let's zoom in on this document. The new center is being funded by the bank and geared towards providing solutions to government services. So this goes back to whatever Vitalik signed and whatever he's planning to build Ethereum for Russia. I really, really hope they have him sign a non-compete so that he is forced to pull out of Ethereum, leaving it to the community, and Daniel Larimer has shown him a great blueprint on how to do that. Okay, so let's see if Vitalik will leave Ethereum to the community to build a more centralized version of Ethereum for the government of Russia. That would be absolutely amazing. I will be laughing for a long time. All right, so these are the things that Tone is happy about. All right, I think I'm done. Let me see here. Before I get to your questions, I don't have sponsors, but I do have affiliate links. So these are the affiliate links. So if you are interested in any of these products, this one is not a product. This is a documentary. It's a great documentary, and it's free with Amazon Prime. If you're interested in ordering a Cryptomatic, I have a discount code below the video. If you're interested in ordering a hardware wallet, I have a discount code below the video. If you're interested in getting a subscription to TradingView, I wish I had a discount code for you, but I can't, they're not giving me one. But I do have an affiliate code where please use it if you're going to sign up for TradingView. Same thing with one broker. I use it. I have an affiliate code. I wish I had a discount code, but I don't. Maybe I should reach out to them and talk to them. Okay, like I'd rather give a discount code to you guys. Like Cryptomatic is a discount code. Magic Money is a discount code if you don't have Amazon Prime. I know I don't make any money from having you save money on Magic Money. I may be making some money by having also you save money on Crypto HW. I may be making some. I may not even like take it. Like I don't care. Like I want you guys to save some money, right? If I had discount codes for one broker and TradingView, I'd give them to you. I actually reached out to TradingView asking them to, instead of me getting a rebate from your subscription, to give the discount to the people that sign up. But I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to be sending anything around. It needs to be automated. Anyway, so that's one way to support me instead of donations, is to use the affiliate link. All right. I don't even know how long I've been on. I don't know how long this has been going on. I still have 400 viewers. I think it's time for your questions. I'm going to go to camera. I hope you guys don't make me go back to the charts. My place is a total mess. I'm actually happy I got this mic stand. It's blocking the complete mess behind me on the couch. All right, let's get to your questions, guys. Thank you, Rich, for putting the questions together. And thank you, Billy Crypto, for giving me a donation in Mexican pesos. Thank you for that. I know pesos don't go a long way, so and your Mexican pesos came with a question. And I see that question, Rich. You don't need to type it in. Could you look at the BTC MXN? Curious how you would be able to capitalize on the ability to purchase and sell in both USD and MXN. Like, I don't really need to look. I mean, it doesn't make sense to look at Bitcoin and Mexican pesos. And I want to show it to you, but I wouldn't be doing you a favor. I'll take this question first. The reason why you shouldn't be looking at Bitcoin and Mexican pesos is the same reason no one should have ever looked at Bitcoin in Chinese yuan. I had these debates a year ago, 2 years ago, in what feels like forever. Every time someone was telling me, but look at this technical analysis, look at the Bitcoin versus the yuan. And I told people, stop looking at the garbage of Bitcoin versus the yuan. No one gives a shit about Bitcoin and yuan. No one uses Bitcoin in yuan. Bitcoin is priced in US dollars. Gold is priced in US dollars. Looking at Bitcoin in yuan is like looking at gold in yuan. No one cares. It's not traded in yuan. And I was telling people the volume in China is garbage. I was so happy when the Chinese government showed up and cleaned up the garbage volume in China. And ever since they did that, not once have anybody mentioned the Bitcoin price in yuan. I wonder why. I was telling people it was garbage to begin with. So looking at the price of Bitcoin in Mexican dollars doesn't make sense. You want to look at the price of Bitcoin in dollars. And then you want to look at the price of dollars versus the Mexican peso. And when I was going to Mexico, I was looking at that. Like, let's look at the US dollar versus the Mexican peso. The Mexican peso has been doing insanely well against the US dollar. So what I would look for is, at this point, I would look for some weakness in the Mexican peso against the US dollar. I would look for it to come back and retest the moving average. And then if you're lucky, the Mexican peso will then, appreciate again against the US dollar. This is the weekly chart. Your MACD is starting to cross. Your RSI is starting to bounce from an oversold condition. Okay, let's take a look. I have never put up the numerical indicator on the Mexican peso, because the last time I looked at the Mexican peso, I was not looking at this. You don't even see it there. So let's take a look if the numerical thing is useful. And right there was a 9, right? And this 9 almost called the low. And now it's a bit neutral, but Mexican peso is looking like it could short-term bounce. Okay. Man, my ears are killing me. I was wearing headphones all day. Man, on the phone all day. Sucks. Man. All right. So I'm looking for a short-term bounce. I may not last this video long. I mean, I'm done. I need sleep, guys. And I might also want to eat. That's another thing I haven't done since 10 a.m. today. I ate right before we did the Bitcoin group. Ever since then, I've been on the phone. All right, next. That's it. That's all I can really say. You don't want to look at Bitcoin against the Mexican peso. Just look at Bitcoin against the dollar, trade it against the dollar. All right. Let's look at your questions. Do you have a new perspective on the LTC to BTC ratio and where it could be in the coming months? I think I covered that when I talked about Litecoin. I'm assuming that question came before I talked about Litecoin. So I don't really feel the need to address it now. Let's move on. Why aren't you charting gold and stock market and oil in terms of Bitcoin? Because no one trades those markets against Bitcoin. Short answer, straight to the point. Don't chart. You want to chart your stuff in the currency that prices it, in the currency that mostly trades it. And for every commodity in the world, it's the US dollar. And for the stock market, it's the US dollar. Next. What price are you predicting Bitcoin will be in the year 2020? I'm not. I'll take it month by month. Right now, I'm not going out further than November. I'm looking for a high in November, October. We'll see what happens. I don't want to think about it, guys. I don't want to predict 2020. It'll be high. It'll be high. I'm assuming it'll be over 25,000 by 2020, but I have no idea. You know, half the core developers can be arrested and then everything goes to shit, right? I mean, like we're still fighting each other, guys. Like I have one more fight in me left. I honestly think on my next video, I will call the defeat of SegWit 2x. In my mind, we have defeated SegWit 2x. We have defeated another hard fork. I don't know how many more fights I have in me to defend internal bad actors that keep trying to fork Bitcoin. I may have one more fight in me to defeat internal bad actors. Fighting external bad actors, that's going to be on my followers. I'm not going to go this hard in Bitcoin when the government comes attacking. I'm fighting internal bad actors. I'm not going to be fighting external bad actors. That's not my fight. I'm a specialist. I'm an analyst. I'm not an activist. That's not going to be my fight. All right. I hope you understand that. This is actually a very good question. Tone, would you rather buy Ethereum or BTrash? I would rather buy Ethereum. The reason I would rather buy Ethereum is because BTrash is directly competing for market share of Bitcoin, and Ethereum isn't, because they're not mining the same algorithm. Thank you, Richard W., for your donations in British pounds. If you have a comment or a question to go with the donation, I'll gladly read it out. If it's, you know, safe for work-ish comment. Next. What do you think of calling these BTC forks dividends like Adam does? By Adam, I'm assuming you mean Adam Meister. I don't like the term. Dividends are not contentious, harmful in nature like these forks. I agree with you. I don't know who wrote that question, but I completely agree with you. I don't like calling them dividends. I don't think we deserve dividends. People that own stock deserve dividends because they're investing in a company. People that own Bitcoin don't really deserve free money. I don't believe in free money. And this was free money. I increased my Bitcoin net worth by 10%. And I didn't deserve that. And I don't want that. And I certainly don't want it for people that have more Bitcoin than me, which is many of the Bitcoiners that I know. So I don't want them to get richer. Okay? We talked about this with like Trace Mayer on our live stream. And Trace Mayer is a friend. And I'm like, Trace, I don't want you to get 10% richer. I think you're rich enough. And he understands and he laughs. And he knows I'm right. right? So I don't like calling them dividends. Hopefully they won't happen again, but they will. So we'll see. Each one will be less and less effective. Just like Ethereum, no ICO has been as effective as Ethereum. And every ICO after that has been less and less and less. But the model has changed. No one, ICOs will die and Bitcoin forks will, we are now blessed with everyone launching their shitcoin through us Bitcoiners. I'll talk more about that on future videos. All right, next. Thoughts on BTCE coming back online? Will people dump? No, probably not. If BTCE comes back online, it may be the most trusted, safest exchange the world has, because they will show their loyalty to Bitcoin. They will show that they'll be like Satoshi. Like Satoshi is a very respected anonymous actor that hasn't scammed us yet. If BTCE comes back and gives everyone the Bitcoin they have in cold storage that wasn't stolen from them by the government, they might be the most trusted exchange we have. Next. If Bitcoin has a correction at 5,000, how do you expect altcoins to react? They'll probably dump more than Bitcoin will. I mean, Bitcoin lifts all the boats. And thank you, Shallow will come. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm too tired to read. Sorry about your username, man. I'm butchering it. And you have a comment and or a question. Is it wise to buy Bitcoin on an exchange, or what is the best way to purchase Bitcoin? I don't know what the best way to purchase Bitcoin. I know the way I purchased Bitcoin. And the way I purchased Bitcoin was I showed up with an envelope of cash in a coffee shop during the day, and I handed it to a stranger, and the stranger sent Bitcoin to my phone. Was it smart? I don't know. Did it work? Yes, it did. It's not illegal as long as that cash was earned legally. Only the seller of the Bitcoin can actually get in legal trouble for doing that. No one is stopping you from buying a collectible on the street. So you can show up with $1 million in cash as long as you have a receipt for where you got the $1 million. And you can buy $1 million worth of Bitcoin, and that is perfectly legal. Is it smart? I don't know. That's how I like to hold on to my Bitcoin. And if you're going to buy it from an exchange, immediately move it to your own wallet with your own private key. All right. Is that it, Rich? Are we done? I don't see any more questions. Are you giving me a break? I don't like to talk about any other altcoins. I already see questions coming in. I know people like to ask me about some coin just so I can pump that coin by mentioning the coin, but I'm going to pass on that. Should you move your Bitcoin to a SegWit address? That's a good question. Someone is asking specifically about a Ledger Nano. If Ledger Nano is doing SegWit addresses, not in beta, if they are out of beta and they are doing SegWit addresses, sure, move some of your Bitcoin to SegWit and start using SegWit. Would I recommend moving all your Bitcoin to SegWit? I wouldn't. Would I use beta? I wouldn't. Okay, I am cautious. I do not. I haven't used any SegWit addresses yet. I will wait till the Trezor or Airbits gives me SegWit addresses out of beta, and I will move some of my Bitcoin to a SegWit address. And but I don't spend a lot of Bitcoin, guys. I hodl. I hodl. Next question. What is your opinion on Bitcoin tumblers? I don't think they give you much anonymity. I would wait for better tumblers like Mimblewimble, and I'd wait for that. And like, again, I bought my Bitcoin on the street. It's tumbled. you buy your Bitcoin at an exchange, you might need to clean it. My Bitcoin's clean. And by clean, I mean it didn't come from a government-sponsored entity. To me, that's clean. I have an opposite view on things. Okay. It's a tough question. How do I feel about Jack's wallet? It's okay. I've tried it. It's okay. I mean, I don't care for it. I only have Bitcoin and Litecoin, right? And Trezor can store my Litecoin. So, and my Litecoin comes from donations. So, hey, thank you for those, by the way. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I have no idea how long this video was. It feels like this video has been 2 hours long. It might have been 2 hours long, but it's already 10 p.m. by me. Maybe I can still catch the Ohio State football game. There's only one sport I watch, and that's college football, and the season starts today. I am a huge Seminole fan, and for those of you that know college football, the number 3 ranked preseason Florida State Seminoles are going to play the number 1 preseason Alabama. This will be the biggest game my team will have this entire year, and I will be watching that game. Anyone that even thinks about bothering me during that game will be completely ignored, perhaps permanently, so keep that in mind. But I will be watching the Florida State-Alabama game. Nothing will keep me from a television during that game, okay? All right, guys, on that note, I am signing off. I also just realized I was talking about the Mexican peso without a screen share, which is, again, tone base being, some people don't like it when I use the R word, so I'm not going to do that. Here is that Mexican peso. I hope it was the only thing I thought I was doing a screen share on. Here is that Mexican peso. I hope the person in Mexico is still watching. And here is that 9 on the Mexican peso, right near the bottom, 1 day from the low. I'm looking for this bounce. The Mexican peso has been doing very well. I was very happy. I was in Mexico around February, right at the peak. That was great. Everything was cheap. This is what I'm looking for in the Mexican peso. I'm still looking for the US dollar to appreciate value. All right. On this note, I am finally signing off. And I'm going to camel one more time. Have a good night, guys. See you all tomorrow morning on the World Crypto Network for Today in Bitcoin, and then later on for the Bitcoin group. Bye, guys. Good luck trading.